Hey guys, it's Sinem and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing a drugstore dupes kind of video. So I am going to be showing you my top drugstore dupes for high-end makeup products, which means you guys can save money because most of these things are pretty much identical, if not the exact same or very similar. So I hope this video is very helpful for you and I hope you get some new products and new drugstore dupes. Maybe some of these things you have been eyeing and maybe you can finally find a drugstore dupe for it. If you guys do want to see more videos like this, let me know because I do have a ton more drugstore dupes in my collection that I have found, and I can definitely do another video like this. So if you guys want to see that, give this video a thumbs up and then I'll know to do another one. So I do hope it is helpful, but without further ado, let's just jump straight into the drugstore dupes for high-end makeup products. This is a dupe that I found a long time ago and I wanted to share it with you guys in this video today. And so for the high-end products, this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, the original one. I just have it in a smaller size. And then the dupe of it, drugstore dupe, I actually found is the Maybelline Baby Skin, because it is the exact same consistency and they both do the exact same thing. So I'm going to do everything on one side of my face and everything on the other side and you will see the dupes. So I'm going to take the Smashbox and show you what it looks like. It's just a clear consistency and I'm going to put this mainly where my pores are, on the cheeks, because I want this area to be the smoothest. This is the Smashbox side. You can't really see much difference. I'm going to go ahead with the Maybelline Baby Skin, show you that it's pretty much the exact same thing. It's again that clear silicone consistency. This side is the Maybelline Baby Skin, this side is the Smashbox, and if I'm honest with you, there really isn't much difference, which in a way is not that good, I guess, because it hasn't really done much to my skin. But at the same time, it means you don't have to go out and buy the Smashbox because the Smashbox doesn't really do much either. So in terms of consistency and the feel, what the product claims, it claims it's supposed to be a smoothing, blurring primer for pores. It's supposed to fill your pores in. And both of them are pretty much the exact same. They haven't really done much. It feels smooth on the skin. Then we are going to go into foundation. Now, foundation for me was a tough one because it was hard trying to find the exact same shade for it to also be the exact same product, because I do want it to match on both sides. For high end, it is the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation, and for the drugstore dupe, it is the L'Oreal True Match foundation. Now, the reason why I picked out this one to be a dupe for this foundation is because they both claim to be a medium to full coverage foundation, and they both claim to be more of a natural skin-like finish, giving you a satin to matte finish. So if you have tried the Urban Decay Stay Naked, it's a very runny, liquidy foundation, and with the L'Oreal True Match, it's also very, very runny and liquidy, and the consistency literally is the exact same. So the claims are the same, the consistency is the same, and this was the best color match that I could find. So on the left side of my face, which is your right, I'm using the Urban Decay Stay Naked. And then on the right side, which is your left, I am using the L'Oreal True Match. So you can see with the Urban Decay, it's definitely more of a medium coverage. You can see there's pretty much not a difference in color. This one is slightly lighter. And I think the finish is pretty much the exact same. Is it going to be the exact same foundation? No, but it's very, very similar in terms of the finish and the coverage and the color. It pretty much looks like I have one foundation all over my face. So I absolutely love that. For now, we're going to go into brows, and I found a dupe for the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. So the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil, which you guys know, I have it in the shade dark brown, and I also found that this, believe it or not, is also in the shade dark brown, and this is the Revolution Pro I think this is like the Define and Fill Micro Brow Pencil. So both are in the shade dark brown, and they are both very similar in terms of the thinness of the actual pencil and the color as well. And they both have a brush on the end. So on this side, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown. And the reason I picked out the Revolution is because of how thin and fine the tip is. It literally works exactly like this Anastasia brow pencil, you guys will see, if not even better. And Revolution Beauty is known to dupe high-end products all the time, so I'm not surprised that they probably had Anastasia in mind whilst creating that brow pencil. So this is the Anastasia, and now for the Revolution. I actually really cannot tell a difference between the color and like the shape, but I actually think the Revolution Beauty did much better than the Anastasia one. Either way, I'm gonna leave the brows at that. I really do think you guys should go out and try this Revolution Pro Define and Fill brow pencil if you haven't already. And then for eye primer, I did review this primer on my channel, and I did compare it to the MAC one. So for the high-end eye primer, I chose the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, which is a yellow cream based eye primer, and then the brand new e.l.f. Putty eye primer in the shade Cream, which looks like this. So they are pretty much the exact same product. It's an eye primer, it's the same consistency. However, I did find that the e.l.f. Putty primer is a little bit more dry and waxy, whereas the MAC one is a lot more creamier. So consistency is different and the color is a little bit different, but they still pretty much act as the same product. They are both gonna prep your eyes for eyeshadow, make your eyeshadow bolder, make it last longer. And if you have discoloration on the eyelids, then it does cancel that out as well. So I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. one first. The consistency, it's called the Putty Eye Primer, but the consistency is nothing like their Putty Face Primer. The Putty Face Primer is a lot more smooth and creamy and easy to work with. This is a lot more dry, and I also read online that a lot of people experience this as well. See already the color is a lot brighter in the MAC. This is more kind of just quite dull, whereas this brightens the eyelids and is a lot creamier. It's going on nice and smooth. Now for eyeshadows, I found that this was the most difficult part for me. It was really hard to find an eyeshadow palette in my collection that was a dupe for a high-end one, because most of my eyeshadow palettes are all different. I don't like to buy ones that look exactly the same, so it was very difficult for me. However, this palette I found was a dupe for a MAC one. So the high-end palette that I'm going to show you today is the MAC Art Library eyeshadow palette in Flame-Boyant, and this one is a beautiful palette. It looks like this, and it has all these nice warm tones, berry shades, and some nice neutral colors as well. And this, surprise surprise, is pretty much the exact same. So this is the Revolution times Roxi Ride or Die eyeshadow palette, and it has all these colors, and all the warm tones, neutral shades, and the berry shades are exactly the same as the MAC one. Of course, you do get some other shades in here as well that isn't in the MAC one, but then if you go for this, it's better because then you get more eyeshadows and you get the exact same colors in the MAC one. First, I'm going to go into Cookie, which is this one right here, and then the MAC one, I'm going to go into Dada Issues. I'm going into Cookie first, which is the drugstore side, and I'm just going to buff this into the crease. Dada Issues. I am wiping my brush off as well in between blends. I think it looks pretty much like it's the same shade. And the next shade is called Embark from the MAC palette. I'm going into the Revolution one with Cola. I'm just putting this on the outer V. So next I'm going to go into this shade called Pumpkin. That one there. Ooh. And then one that I found which was very similar to it is this one, which is called Raw. So I'm taking Raw first and putting that just above the colours to add a little bit of orange into the look. This is the high-end side. It's looking something like that, really, really nice. And then wiping it off and going into Pumpkin, which is the drugstore side. So for my lid shade, I'm using this one right here called Cranberry from the Drugstore palette. This one called Flame-Boyant. It's a really nice metallic red. I love this. Like this for Christmas, for the holidays, would be so pretty. Going into Cranberry. Okay, I am convinced that this is the exact same shade. What the hell? So next for eyeliner, you guys know that this is one that I always talk about and compare to. So the high-end side is the MAC Brushstroke eyeliner in Brushblack. And then the drugstore dupe is the NYX Epic Ink eyeliner. Now, I mean, the felt tip liners on this are pretty much the exact same. So you guys can see. So I'm going into the NYX on the drugstore side. And you pretty much get control with both products because they are a felt tip. The tip is so fine and it's super black. And then the MAC. I will say though that the NYX is a little more watery. Not watery, but you know what I mean. Whereas the MAC is a little more drier. That is the two liners, and actually looking at it now, the NYX is super black and it kind of messes up the look because of how black this is, but then that's really a good thing because look how super black and matte that is. Whereas this side is a little more like an off black, the MAC side. Now this is the Lancôme Monsieur Big Mascara. I have the little mini one. And then the Maybelline Big Shot Colossal Mascara. Believe it or not, they pretty much do the same thing. So as you can see, those are the brushes. They are pretty much the same. And you guys know, if you watch my videos, I'm always using the Maybelline because it's my favorite mascara, one of my favorites. In time for the Monsieur Big by Lancôme. Don't get me wrong, I love Lancôme's mascaras, but there comes a time where sometimes you just gotta save money and find a good dupe. So can you tell a difference? Because I can't. Moving on to concealer, you guys have probably seen this as a dupe before, but I wanted to still show it in case you haven't. So Tarte Shape Tape against e.l.f. Camo Concealer. Not the hydrating one, but the original e.l.f. Camo Concealer and the Tarte Shape Tape. Tarte Shape Tape I have in Light Sand, and the e.l.f. one I have also in Light Sand. What? I didn't even know they were the exact same shade. So they are both called Light Sand, and let's see the color. The reason I chose this as a dupe, I mean pretty much everyone knows it's a dupe, is because the doe foot applicators are pretty much the exact same. They are both super full coverage and they are both more of a satin to matte concealer. You can pretty much see it's the same doe foot applicator. And before I blend out, I really want to see if the shades are the same. Tarte Shape Tape, oh my god, it's like the same color. So I'm going to blend one side out again with the Real Techniques on the high-end side and then the Beaky sponge on this side. So yes, this is very full coverage, both of them. They both claim to not crease. As I said, they both have more of a matte finish. So this is Tarte Shape Tape. And then doing the e.l.f. side, pretty much the exact same color. Not even pretty much, it is the exact same color. One is not more full coverage than the other. As you can tell, one is not brighter than the other. They are the exact same. As I'm looking right now in the monitor, it is the exact same. That is crazy to me. I'm actually going to take just a tiny bit of Tarte Shape Tape. I don't know if this is cheating, but I just need like a tiny bit on my nose, and it's really hard to do half of your nose. So I'm loving how that looks. And for setting powder, the Laura Mercier translucent powder I found was best with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder in Fair. I mean, it's a setting powder. You can't go wrong with setting powders. They set your concealer, and most of them are translucent. Like, I genuinely cannot tell a difference. Some of these things may not be the exact same, but they are so close that you might not even tell a difference, which is what, you know, these products pretty much do. You can't tell a difference, in my opinion. So for bronzer, I'm going into the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in Radiant Bronze Light for my high-end bronzer. And one that I found is very similar is the Revolution Reloaded Bronzer, and this one is in the shade Long Weekend, and it looks like that. Let's go into the Revolution one first, and they are both a marble effect bronzer. So what that means is, well, they are both a baked bronzer, so it means it's going to give you a nice smooth finish, and it's going to add nice color to the cheeks. It's just going to add a really, really nice glow in the most natural way possible without looking shimmery. And then taking a different brush, this is the Hourglass. Pretty much looks good from both sides. I can't really tell much of a color difference. Once the blush goes on, it will blend in nicely with the bronzer, and then you won't even be able to tell a difference once you do the rest of your face makeup and add highlighter and stuff. This one's the Revolution, this one's the Hourglass. Very similar shades. Moving on to blusher. So NARS Orgasm Blusher for the high end, which is just a nice cool bright pink, and then it has a ton of gold shimmer in there. And one that is very similar, or if not the exact same, Milani Baked Blusher in Dolce Pink, or Dulce Pink, or Dolce, which is this one. This one's the NARS Orgasm. I'm using a different brush. I'm taking the Milani. I keep wanting to call it Maybelline, I don't know why. The Milani I feel like has a little bit more of a highlight, a glow to it. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna buff both of them out. So there we have it, the Milani and NARS, pretty much the exact same pink blusher. It doesn't even look like I have different brands and colors on my face. Few products left. Highlighter. This one is very similar. Now this is the MAC Soft and Gentle Mineralized Skin Finish Highlighter. It's a beautiful champagne baby pink. The dupe I found for the MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter is the Revolution Again Reloaded Highlighter in Just My Type. I'm just going to put them straight on. So let's do the Just My Type first. Wet looking highlight. Oh my god, this looks beautiful. And they both melt into the skin and look skin-like. They aren't super blinding highlighters that I found. I'm going to use a different brush. So the Makeup Revolution highlighter reminds me of the same formula as the MAC Soft and Gentle as well. Wow, 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 look how wet and shiny it looks as well. I feel like maybe this one pops a little better. That's crazy to me. Let's set the skin with some of this. Tarte Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I found the best dupe for this is the e.l.f. Dewy Skin Mist. So it pretty much has like the same name, or setting mist it's called. And the reason I found that these are very similar is because they are very dewy setting sprays. They are very dewy products, and they both give a beautiful glow when you spray them. So I've used this by itself, I've used this by itself, and I found that there isn't much difference. Of course, Tarte is a little bit more luxury, it's gonna have better ingredients. It may extend the wear time a little bit longer than e.l.f. would, but if you are looking for a dewy setting mist that's going to give you glowy skin, that's going to give you dewy skin, then they are pretty much doing the exact same thing if you really think about it in that way. So with the e.l.f., let's see, how am I going to do this? I think I'm just going to cover my face. And it just always brings that highlight alive. I just love this one. Smells like coconuts as well. And then the Tarte one, I'm gonna shake. Okay. I have to admit, I really hate the smell of the Tarte one. Now it is lips, and then we are pretty much done. So for lips, I found some MAC lipstick dupes. MAC lipstick in Fanfare, which looks like this. And then MAC lipstick in Please Me, which is a nice cool toned pink. I've just buffed it out, so you can see this one is MAC's Please Me, and this is the soft matte lip cream in Istanbul. Both are matte, both are a cool toned pink. And then the Fanfare one, the best one that I found is Zurich, right there. So I think with this look, the pink one would look nice. And MAC's Please Me on this side. So this is Please Me and Istanbul by NYX and MAC, and I cannot believe it looks like I'm wearing one lip color. I know I keep saying that, but seriously, some of these dupes literally look like you're wearing the exact same product. So yes, this is it. I absolutely love it. You could add a gloss, but I'm gonna leave it at that. And it looks kind of crazy, but once I pan out, you guys will see the look will come together. I'm just gonna add a little bit of mascara to the bottom lash line. I'm not gonna do eyeshadow on the bottom. So this is the final look using the drugstore side and then the high-end side. Let me know down below if you have any drugstore dupes for high-end products that you guys want to share, and I can definitely look into it because I really love finding drugstore dupes and products that work exactly the same, because it means I can save money and it also means you guys can save money, and who doesn't love to save money? So that is it for me, and I can't wait to film more content for you. So until next time, I will see you guys all in my next video.